Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to talk about a new trademark that's gonna been filed over in Japan. Because the fact that this new trademark has gonna been filed is a very, very big deal. The trademark is Inferno X. That's what we've got. Just to be clear, if you want to know the sum total of information that we have about this trademark that has been filed, the information we have is that it's called Inferno X. That is it. However, it's not really it now, is it? Because, I've worked with people like the lovely Primal Lugia and the lovely Immunity, Matthew Arrive over on Twitter. When we show you this stuff, we're not going, we've had this random thing, maybe it's a TCG set, I don't know. No. This has been filed under the right category over in Japan, which makes it look a lot like it is going to be a TCG set. And of course, the most recent set we've got coming out in Japan in a couple of weeks is Glory of Team Rocket. And back in June 2024, June of last year, I showed you the trademark for that. Before that, we had Hot Air Arena, and I could keep going, but you get the point here. I'm telling you all this stuff as it's coming up, and they just tend to be sets. Our hit rate's very, very good here. So Inferno X is going to be a TCG set. What's it going to be? Obviously Charizard. Like, come on. Of course it's going to be Charizard. It's not guaranteed to be Charizard. It's not confirmed to be Charizard. It's going to be Charizard. Blatantly going to be Charizard. Remember with Charizard, there are two Mega Pokemon. We've got Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y. And this, and don't get me wrong, right? I know that's actually also true for Mewtwo. Mewtwo, of course, has Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y. Why am I so sure it is going to be Charizard? Inferno. There we go. It really is as simple as that. There isn't much else to say in terms of why I'm so sure it's going to be Charizard, because Charizard has Mega and X and Mega Y. This is Inferno. We're saying fire. There we go. I'm sure we'll get Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y at some point. Feel pretty confident about that. It's Mewtwo at the end of the day. We got them last time. But the reality is, it's going to be Charizard here. And this makes perfect sense because Pokemon like doing Charizard sets. Pokemon do Charizard sets a lot. The third set in the Scarlet and Violet block was, of course, Obsidian Flames, and that was the Charizard pack. And it gave us, it was actually a smaller set, which was only based on one Japanese set, Ruler and Black Flame, also the Charizard set. And it was only based on one Japanese set, gave us fewer secret rares, but we still had the Charizard, the Full Art Charizard, the Gold Charizard, and the Special Illustration Rare Charizard. And then that Charizard got multiple other prints since then as well, including another Special Illustration Rare, which was actually done by the same person, Akira Igawa, who did the original, which is kind of amazing. So, yeah. Big fan of this card. This card is awesome. So that was like a full-on Charizard set, which was completely Charizard themed, all about Charizard, etc, etc, etc. But let's not go pretending that that's the first time that's ever happened, because we could go back to the Sword and Shield era, and we could have a look at Darkness Ablaze, which gave us Charizard V and Charizard V Max. And then going along with that, we didn't have quite so many chase cards back then. It was a simpler time. And we would actually get Full Art Charizard and Rainbow Rare Charizard V Max. But we didn't actually get them in the set. What was weird about Darkness Ablaze was that we didn't get the main Charizard as these special cards, which was weird. I cannot be the only one that still thinks that's weird. We're going back many years now. It doesn't matter. It didn't really matter very much at the time. We got them in the end, but I don't know. Just still seems weird to me, ladies and gentlemen. Still seems weird to me. Oh, and don't forget we did get a shiny Charizard V. and a shiny Charizard VMAX as well, just to complete the set. So, Charizard sets are nothing new. We had one in Sword and Shield, which was 2 blocks ago. We had one in Scarlet and Violet, which was the last block. And remember, as I told you the other day, the whole Mega thing, we know Megas are coming, we talked about this, we got Mega Lucario and Mega Gardevoir and all of that, yeah? Well, we know that that's a new block. So if there's a new block, it's probably about right that we're going to be getting a new Charizard set. This is it. Now, here's what's super weird to me. And I wish I could give you a good answer right now, but I can't. Why is it not a double set? Why is it not a double set with Charizard X and Charizard Y? Why is there not an Inferno X and an Inferno Y? And I know what some of you are thinking. Wow, Wassy, come on, mate. It's going to be a double set, innit? I don't think so. Remember Mega Break and Mega Symphonia, which are, of course, going to be the sets that bring us those Megas I showed you a second ago. That's going to be a double set. Those trademarks were revealed at the same time. They were put in on the same day. White Flare and Black Bolt. Now, it's not a set we've seen so far, but we're pretty sure it's going to be Reshiram and Charizard, yeah? Well, those trademarks were filed on the same day. Of course they are. If you're going to do a double set, why would you file one trademark one day and one another day? I mean, I can give you one really simple example here. Let's say I file a trademark in Japan, right? I go, you know what, I'm Pokemon, I want to make this new set. So I'm going to go and file a trademark for Inferno X. I think I'll do an Inferno Y at some point, I'll wait. Well, what if somebody else goes to the trademark office and they're like, hi. So I'd like to file a trademark for Inferno Y for Class 28 Games, Toys and Playthings. Which they would be allowed to do, presumably. Yeah. That would be a bad thing, especially when the second half of the set would be so easy to guess the name. Filing one trademark and then leaving the other one till later would be just the most spectacularly bad idea. So no, it's not a double set with Inferno X and Inferno Y. It's just Inferno X. There is no Inferno Y. Unless I've somehow missed a trademark, which hasn't happened before. Or there's something weird going on that we just haven't seen yet. Either way, that's what it looks like. So, how excited should we be then for Mega Charizard? Because remember, we have had Mega Charizard before. In fact, we've had a bunch of Mega Charizard. Let's make sure I get this the right way around. We had Mega Charizard Y back in Flashfire. Why, yes, Flashfire was the Gen 6 Charizard set. It was pretty terrible. 5 energy, 350 to itself. But also in Flashfire, we had the Mega Charizard X. Yeah, that was also pretty terrible. 5 energy, 300 scarred the top 5 cards of your deck. Sorry about that. But then we did actually have another Mega Charizard X, which had Heat Typhoon. 4 energy, 100 damage, flip a coin for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon, 50 damage for each heads. Also pretty terrible. We've had 3 Mega Charizard, 2 of which, for what it's worth, were Mega Charizard X. And none of them really saw any sustained play or success. Ironically, nominally, Charizard Y was the best of them. The best of the 3 was the only Y, and we had a bunch of different versions. We had this amazing reprint in Evolutions, for instance, but yeah, we never actually saw a second Y. We saw 2 X's and only 1 Y, despite the fact the Y had multiple reprints. I don't know. The point I'm making here is all those Mega Charizard were bad. Okay. So does that mean we should now be expecting Charizard to be bad? And the answer is no. No, we shouldn't. You see, for people that have been around a while, we're kind of used to Charizard being bad. Our default is Charizard is bad. Because we went many years with Charizard being bad. Charizard was always bad. But that's in the before times. Both Charizard V-Star and Charizard V-Max saw a bit of play. And I'm not saying that they were absolutely stunning cards. I'm not. I'm saying they saw a bit of play. I saw them popping up in decks. I was, scouting around and saw people talking about them. But then we saw in the Pokemon Go set, we got Radiant Charizard, which probably the second best Radiant Pokemon we ever got. Obviously, Greninja's number one, but still, that was a good one. And then Obsidian Flames brought us Charizard EX, and that was amazing. One of the absolute best cards from the Scarlet and Violet era, hands down. So you know what? I think we're at the point now where, especially with it being the Pokemon on the booster pack, yeah. When I went to Creatures in 23, just before Worlds, I asked the director of the Pokemon trading card game, basically said, look, the Pokemon on the front of the pack, how important is it to you that those Pokemon are playable? Because in Japan, there's only ever really one Pokemon on the front of the pack. I know we get multiple packs, Japan doesn't. And they didn't really give me a straight answer along that line. What they did tell me was, at the time, Glory of the Black Flame was the most recent main set, so that's what I was really asking about. They told me how they expected Charizard to be very, very good. And to be fair, they were right, that card was busted. But by the same token, it really does seem like Pokemon care about the Pokemon being on the front of the pack being a very good card. And let's face it, we've got a bit of history now with the Pokemon on the front being great. And I really don't think there's much of a prize here for guessing who's going to be on the front of this pack. I think it's going to be really good. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I'm honestly pretty confident here, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be good. Regardless, and look, as I keep saying, it's not guaranteed. It's not confirmed. We don't actually know for certain. But I don't see any realistic way this is not Charizard X. It's got to be Mega Charizard X set, and that means it's going to be a big set. I know we've had a bunch of big sets lately. I'm sorry. I think this is going to be another one. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Get us? Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Chelsea Rose, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.